In the blue corner, the challenger, the North American Boxing Federation champion. He is rated 6th in the world by the WBC. He fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighs 139 pounds. His professional record consists of 31 wins and 7 defeats. Introducing Bruce Curry. And in the red corner, the WBC Super Lightweight Champion of the world, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at an even 140 pounds. His professional record, 48 wins, 2 defeats, 2 draws, and 1 no decision. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to introduce the champion, Irish Leroy Haley. 12 rounds of boxing.
Referee David Pearl calls the principals to the center of the ring. Don't forget the 10-point must-scoring system. In effect, the 3 knockdown rule is waived for this championship fight. But it cannot be saved by the bell except in the final round. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape, and we see some revealing things here. A big height advantage for Bruce Curry, the weight no factor, and a big reach advantage for Bruce Curry. He's taller, he's lankier, and he's hungry to take that title from Irish Leroy Haley. This is the WBC World Super Lightweight Championship just underway here, scheduled for 12. Billy Baxter and Jesse Reed, who handle Curry, are quite confident that Curry can take Haley. They believe he'll win this title. Haley wants no part of any talk like that, but he's going to have his hands full with Bruce Curry. With me, Ray Boom Boom Mancini. I'm Bob Sheridan. Glad you can be with us. Ray, the excitement is always there when there's a world title on the line.
This fight is going to be a great fight. I've said it when I first heard the fight was made. These two guys have similar styles. They're both Las Vegas residents now. Well, Leroy's a native, and I'll tell you, they know each other very well.
Curry has already tagged Haley twice with 2 good left hooks in round 1 here.
It's very important for Bruce Curry right now to establish himself in this fight. Take the initiative. And that's what he's done so far, and I tell you, it's a big mental part. Get him a good left hook on the side of Haley's head.
Billy Baxter made a believer out of me with Roger Mayweather, and he told me that he thinks that Curry definitely can win this fight. There's no secret that Billy Baxter's a big gambler out here in Las Vegas, and you be sure he's going to barbecue on his fighter.
Bruce Curry's got a very unusual style. I don't know how to call it, a crab style or what, but good shots, good shots. But he's a hard guy to hit.
Hold it up, step back.
Again, Curry in the red trunks, Leroy Haley, Irish Leroy Haley, as he likes to be called, in the white trunks with a green trim. You knew the height was going to be a factor because of the mere fact that Haley has really got to get inside and hang on, take his shots, and then move in because of the couple of inches in reach and, of course, the height advantage. Joining us now here at our commentary position, the champion, Aaron Pryor. Aaron, welcome to the telecast. Glad that you can be with us.
Thank you. It's really my pleasure to be here today. This fight means a lot to me because the champion that's defending this title is in my division, the other version of it, and I've seen these 2 fighters in past fights, and it's a very exciting fight for me to see.
Aaron, Bruce Curry coming in 31-7. I talked about Billy Baxter just before you sat down, told me there's no doubt in his mind that he can lift this title from Haley. You see it that way in the early going here?
Well, you know, the way I came into this fight, I came in with my eyes kind of blinded because I like both of the fighters, but I looked at Bruce Curry to take over the first 5 rounds, and then Haley's condition and willingness to be champion, state champion, will survive the rest of the fight. So I'm here trying to analyze my own thoughts on the fight because Bruce looked very, very strong.
Tell me this, Aaron, which one of these 2 fellows would you like least to face?
Oh, gee, I like them both. And I hope in the future to have them both. And seeing this fight today gives me more motivation to get the winner of this fight and future fight.
Very good. Aaron Pryor with me also. Boom Boom Mancini. Ray, were you surprised that Curry came on so strong in round one?
No, he's the challenger. I think he wants to establish himself in the first round. I think generally the challenger has to take the initiative in the bout. But like Aaron said, Haley's been through this a few times now, and I think he's going to take his time and start pouring it on closer to the end of the fight.
All right, so that's the expert comments from two great champions. And now here we are with another fine champion, Irish Leroy Haley, taking on Bruce Curry. And Curry came on tough in round one. Leroy looks like he wants to pick the pace up in a hurry here. Ray, when you fight a taller guy and a fellow with a longer reach, how much of a problem does it become?
Well, I think Aaron can attest that it's a big problem. But, you know, guys built like ourselves have to use our strength and aggressiveness to get on the inside and bully the guys around. It's the only way you're going to beat these guys. You can't stay on the end of them.
These are guys are champions, have not had the experience that me and Boom Boom has had. And these guys are building up to where we just come from. And you'll see some of the things that we say come true during the fight. Now, this is why I said that a fight like me and Boom Boom will show the world that boxing has more to offer than you can ever imagine.
The opportunity is on the table for Bruce Curry here in round number two. Leroy Haley does not want to allow that title to be lifted. And Curry is fighting like almost a mad dog. He wants it so bad. You can see it in his eyes. You can see the way he's going at him.
Bob, Bruce Curry's doing a dangerous thing right now. He's got his mouth wide open. If he gets hit with a good shot on the chin, it's very dangerous.
Both fighters have a tendency to let their jaw hang down. Not only what Ray's talking about, you get clipped like that and you get a broken jaw out of the deal.
Absolutely.
Bruce Curry is very slow. Haley is a lot faster than Bruce, and you can tell that as the fight goes on a little bit more. They're both now pulling the pace down. They're starting to feel themselves out a little bit more. The first round was just punches coming from everywhere. Now they're starting to settle a little bit, land good, direct, hard punches. I don't think these two can keep fighting like they're fighting. I'm going to go out on the limb and predict a knockout. One of these fighters will get knocked out during this fight. They can't continue to fight like this for the whole 15 or 12, whichever is at stake. But I got to say that 12, that's what states for the WBC. One of these fighters will get knocked out because they're fighting at a very tremendous pace. And I only know two fighters in the world can fight consistent like that for 12 or 15 rounds, and you're looking at them. But this is something new for me. I have to wait and see. They have to prove me wrong. But right now they're fighting awful fast, and I'm just saying somebody's going to fall.
Coming up to the closing seconds and round number two. I thought that was a better round for the champion that time. He certainly had to fend off the vicious attack in the first round. He looked much more controlled in the second round.
Well, I think Haley's corner's telling him, hey, you can't back off of this guy. And I think now he's got to hold his ground and fight the guy off.
In the corner of Leroy Haley, the champion. This is his third title defense, the title he won from Saul Manby, and then defeated Saul again. Aaron, any comment on the 12 rounds with the WBC and the 15 rounds with the WBA?
Well, I gotta say, if I was the WBC champion and with the way I fight for 15, it'd be better for me because a lot of times guys have to make up time and they need those other 3-4 rounds. So I think it's a better, I like it. But my division is WBA and I have to still prepare myself for 15. But I like it.
All right, round three in this scheduled 12-round World Super Lightweight Championship. Irish Leroy Haley in the white trunks with the green shamrock. And Bruce Curry giving him all he wants to handle tonight. 31-7 is Bruce Curry from Fort Worth, Texas. Fighting out of Las Vegas now.
All in.
one thing I can say about these fighters. They won't stop until somebody falls. They're going to keep continuing to go at it. The whole fight is going to be just like this. You hit me, I'm going to get you back. Both of them feeling the same way about each other.
It's cooled down just a bit. It was about 84, 85 degrees when we first started the telecast. I'd say it must be about 75, 78 degrees. Humidity's low, so it's almost ideal for fighting right now for
Oh, yeah, I feel like fighting myself tonight.
Don't fight with me.
No, Boom Boom next to me. No, but it's a real good temperature, a real good atmosphere and everything for a fight like this. Maybe that's why they fighting so good.
I'll tell you, Bob, you know, a lot of people forget that Bruce Curry was ranked as a welterweight at one time. And, you know, he fought Wilfred Benitez in the Garden in New York, dropped him 3 times, lost a very controversial decision. Fought him twice, matter of fact. Oh, good shots.
Oh, he's got Haley in a bit of trouble here. He's got that killer instinct in his eye, too, hasn't he?
Yes, yeah, but you know, Leroy has always been the type of fighter that I see that I was at my stage in his career. He's always had to prove himself, and he'll keep fighting till he proves himself. That's what I like about Leroy. He got so much to prove to the world in boxing is that he can do it, and he won't give up until he proves it. I like that about him. I really love it. He's not going to give up until it's over.
I think Haley's a little stunned at the moment. His reflexes are a little slow right now.
Hold it. Get out.
Davey Pearl tries to separate the two fighters. Curry filled with confidence right now. Haley, little staggery, doesn't have that sharpness he should have. No sooner do I say that, and he comes right back with a shot.
Well, you notice every time Haley, he's even stung with some of the shots he's getting hit with, but he still finds time to go to the body. This is what I like about him. He's thinking under pressure. And I like that because Bruce has had him under pressure since the first round. And he still finds time to throw body shots.
Coming up to the end of round number 3. An interesting round, Boom Boom, for certainly Bruce Curry. That was his strongest round, no question about it.
I believe so. I believe that was a great mental round for Bruce in effect that he knows now he can hurt Leroy Haley. And he hit him with some tremendous shots. And I tell you, I think it's going to really steam up from here on. I mean, as good as it is, I think it's going to get better.
You look back at the record there, you mentioned the fact that, of course, that he fought the real tough Wilfred Benitez that we saw. We'll show you the replay in action. Watch Haley here now with the right hand. He misses with the left. Bang! He nails him with the right hand. And that was in a round where he was tagged a few times himself.
Right hand here, the left hook behind is going to knock him
I
dead.
noticed in between rounds that I've watched the fighters in between rounds. Bruce seems to be asking for air, and Haley seems to be really settled right now to the point where he's getting his air real fast in between rounds.
All right, here we go, round number 4. You mentioned the fact that he fought, Bruce Curry fought Wilfred Benitez in New York. He also fought Adolfo Viruet. He fought Thomas Hearns. So he is no stranger to good fighters. And Ronnie Shields is a tough up-and-coming fighter, too, that he fought in St. Joe, Missouri. And so you've got to say that Curry's been in with some of the fine fighters. So he certainly deserves his title shot here, and he's trying to make the best of it.
Absolutely. His last win, he knocked out a good friend of mine from the amateur days, Tyrone Rackley, who is a terrific fighter himself.
Also, Bruce used to be my sparring partner in the Olympic trials. He inspired with me for the Olympics, so he has been around. But, you know, you got a guy like Haley in there, you just can't overlook. He is the champion. And when a champion is a champion, he's fighting for something means more than the guy experience. He's fighting to be champion of the world. That's what it means.
You two fellas possess something that is really the immeasurable quality, and that's the heart of a champion. Without that, you'll never become champion. Both of you especially, Aaron, you proved it in the fight against Alexis, where it just, both of you fought your hearts out for 15, and boom, boom, everybody knows what you've done recently, and what a heart you have, and I know that the comeback is a big thing for you now with the bad setback with your collarbone.
Yeah, I'm very flattered by the comments, and I'll tell you, I think Aaron will test. that a lot of guys have the God-given talent and so more natural ability than you can, ask for, but they don't have the heart and they're not going anywhere. A lot of guys who have limited talent are world champions because of the heart.
There's no question that Leroy Haley has the heart, because I think the reach advantage here for Curry and the height advantage is playing on his mind a bit. He has to kind of come in, throw a series of punches, then tie his man up. He's not getting real clean shots like Curry's getting at him. They're kind of looping punches, kind of telegraph punches. But as Aaron Pryor said, there will be a knockout in this fight before it's over.
Yeah, they both started very strong, and I still go on my prediction, and I still see it to be a very good fight right now because there's no one throwing wild punches. They're a little loopy, but they're landing, and that's the main thing, is that the punches are not just going in the air, they're landing.
Haley again elects to go downstairs. He trades 2 body shots and gets down in the head in doing so. One thing I don't like, Aaron, and to Boom Boom, is the way Curry carries the right hand so low. It looks like he can be wide open for that right hand or the left hand, because he carries both hands a little bit low, to me, looking at it from the outside.
Yep, but that's a very unorthodox style. As I said before, Bruce was my sparring partner early in my career, and with that unorthodox style, it was very hard to get to him, and it looks like you can get right in there, but sometimes when a guy tries, he comes over with that left hook over the right. So it is a very unorthodox style.
Don't forget, coming up on Friday night, it's the Crown Affair. RSVP and Don King presents the WBC Heavyweight Championship. Larry Holmes versus Terrible Tim Witherspoon. The Dunes Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, the site. You can see it on pay television and on closed circuit locations around the country and around the world. Also, on the Crown Affair, the WBA Heavyweight Championship, Michael Dokes versus Mike Weaver. Again, from the Dunes, for the first time in history, 2 heavyweight fights coming from the same location. Pay television and closed circuit locations around the world. Don't you miss it. A great night of boxing coming up. And this is a pretty good night of boxing, too. The WBC World Super Lightweight Championship. Here we go with round... Here we go with round number 5. Curry's an explosive sort of guy. He fights in spurts, doesn't he?
Yeah, it seems to he comes out strong, fast. Seems to go back, suck up a little breath, and come back strong. I'll tell you, it's a tremendous pace.
Aaron, of course, said in the second round that this thing wouldn't go the distance. I don't see how the pace can maintain this momentum either and go much beyond a couple more rounds myself.
I don't know, maybe the fact that me and Boom Boom is out here in the audience today doing this fight, and we're in that division that these guys feel like they got to fight consistent to even be in our category. So it is something unusual that I've never seen, but this is the kind of fight they have to beat a guy like me on Mancini, and this is the kind of fight they have to be a winner today, because both fighters have the same attitude about winning this fight, coming and punching.
Leroy Haley was shaken a bit in round 2, but since then he's kind of got his composure back. Been tagged a few times. He's game and he's tough. And Curry, you can just see it in his eyes. He wants his title so bad. Good body shot.
Yes, very good. When he felt that, he showed it all over his face. Now let's see what the hell he can do when he hurt a guy.
Pulled it up that time with a crisp right hand. He nailed him right in the button there, too. Haley having what I would have to say his best round so far. Then he got tagged.
I don't think Bruce can hardly move right now. That shot paralyzed him so much. He's really standing flat-footed. His legs are weakening a little bit. I can tell you one thing for sure. Boom Boom was fighting anybody at this point. we can all go home.
I tell you know, they're not the biggest of punchers. You have to wonder if one of them was just a little bigger puncher, the shots they're hitting each other with, if, like Aaron said, we wouldn't be going home by now.
You know, 15 knockouts and 52 fights for Haley is nothing really impressive for the knockout bracket. And, well, 16 out of about 40 fights for Curry is also not that impressive for knockout. But both of them look like they've got shots against each other here.
They're good punchers. They're good punchers, but they're not what you call great punchers in the game. And they're not one-punch knockout artists like Lex Arguello, an Aaron Pryor.
Well, the crowd likes it here, and they love it when you fellas can appreciate it because you work so hard yourselves in the ring. Don't you love it when the crowd reacts to the fact that you're working hard?
I really love it. I really love it myself. I really love it. And, you know, sitting on the outside, you can see what people judge when they're watching a fighter. They look at his ability and his condition. And even today, watching this fight, as a professional fighter, I can see the condition over in one corner and a little petite in the other. And at this point, I got to say that Haley has one big thing in his favor in winning this fight is his condition seems to be standing up stronger than Bruce to me. And as the fight go on, we'll be able to see.
Well, he has been hit with some shots, especially there in the second round. And while he was having a real good go there in round number 5, he was tagged a couple of times again. Conditioning will show a guy that's had over 50 fights. He's got that heart, and he wants to keep that title.
I want mine.
Here we go, round number 6. The WBC Super Lightweight Championship at stake. I'm Bob Sheridan, along with Ray Boom Mancini and Aaron Pryor, 2 great champs. Glad that you can be with us sitting in for Larry Holmes and Michael Dokes tonight.
Hold it, come on now. Hold it, I said.
It's getting really rough in there now. Really rough.
That's something I've never seen before, a fighter bend down and pick up his mouthpiece.
I don't know if I'd want to do that.
That's that determination to win, regardless of what it takes. I like that. That's the eye of the tiger.
Oh, good shot right in the solar plexus. That type of, you fellas can describe it better than I can. When you get hit there, that hurts.
Really takes its toll on you. Like I said, a shot like that, boy, I tell you, it really takes a lot out of you.
I think it's important to point out here, too, that Haley is really slick and that he's hanging on when he has to. He gets his shot off, gets in, hangs on, showing the ring wherewithal, the ring sense, something that can't be taught, only experience.
You know, as much as these guys are hitting one another, they're also slipping a lot of punches. They're slipping very well.
It's a very good match. It's a well-even match. I think Bruce deserves a shot at the title, and Haley, he's showing it all in this fight here. And as the champion, Haley, it is a good, well-matched fight put together.
Davey Pearl saying, watch the head. Haley. There's no sense of even talking. People watching and see what's going on. Left hook gets through that time, hit Haley. They're just trading punches. They come into 2 flurries. One guy scores a punch, the other guy scores a punch. Haley nailed again. Getting a warning from Davey Pearl. Cut out the rough stuff. Keep it clean.
Keep working it. Go punch him. Get out.
All right, let's go across the way to the corner of Bruce Curry. Let's hear exactly what they say in the corner.
Down. That's his little nick you got there. Nothing. Now listen to me. He wants to hold you. You see the way the referee has to break him every time? Don't let him hold you. Rough him up and start banging your way in and bang your way out. He don't like that. You're the boss in there now. You've got complete control if you punch your way in and punch your way out. Now you won that round. That's the way you got to fight to win this fight. You hear me?
Now we go across the way to Irish Leroy Haley's going a little bit quieter.
Well, we got to watch the rolling in your head. I'm telling you, Leroy, you got to do that.
Round 7 in the scheduled 12 round super lightweight championship fight.
At the end of the last round, Bob, Bruce Curry suffered a small cut underneath his right eye. You can see this dripping a little blood. It was from a sharp left hook that's caused that right at the end of the round.
Two contrasting styles in the corner. Jesse Reed pumping up Bruce Curry, saying, keep up the rough stuff. And on the other hand, Haley's corner sounded a bit concerned to me.
Well, I got to respect both of the corners. I know both of the corners very well. And I got to say, Eddie Futch is one of the greatest trainers in history and training fighters. I got to say, you know, if he was concerned, there's a reason to be concerned, but I have to wait till the fight go on a couple rounds to see what the corners do at that point.
It's really been a grueling pace and a warm evening here in Las Vegas. It's well into the 70s. When we started, it was 84 degrees. Humidity low, but these fellas have been working 3 minutes, and I mean a full 3 minutes, of every round through round 6. A little bit more coasting here in round 7 a bit, trying to get a breather.
Punch out now, punch out.
Every time they get in fight, and they do some very good infighting, it seems like Bruce Curry gets the best of it. Seems he's getting the best of the infighting.
A difficult fight to score because of the fact that both guys fight in flurries. And one guy looks straight for a while, and the other guy comes right around and looks good.
What I think is that style that Curry had is really throwing Leroy off a little bit, because he's shooting that jab from holding his hand a little low, and it's getting there every time.
The voice of Aaron Pryor, he should know. Also with me, Ray Boom Boom Mancini. I'm Bob Sheridan. So glad that you folks are with us. Hope you're enjoying this fight as much as we're enjoying bringing it to you.
Terrific action in there, Bob. Really throwing some good exchanges.
Leroy that time setting up his right hand, 3 jabs in a row. They like him in training to double up with the left. When you get 3 off and drop the right, you're doing something, especially against a taller guy with a longer reach.
I tell you, Bob, I am concerned with Curry having his mouth open so wide. Anybody will tell you that if you have to breathe through your mouth, it cuts down on you. It takes away from you. That little bit it takes away may make the difference in the fight.
Usually that's a sign of fatigue in the late rounds, but he's been doing that for the entire fight.
Yes.
Hold it, get out. Hold it. Back up. Back off. Hold it.
All right, we're through 7 rounds here as we go back to the corner of Leroy Haley, the champion. See if we can pick up what Eddie Futch is saying in there.
I'm behind. Shoot, slightly behind. You got to set up the pace.
Did you hear what he said? Aaron, he said, I'm behind. It's unusual for a fighter to think he's behind.
Well, you know, a great trainer like Eddie Futch could see that telling a fighter at this point in round 7 in the middle of the fight that he's behind, because if Haley comes out and take over the next 2 rounds, Bruce Curry is going to have to perform a miracle to win a decision, because it's only a 12-round fight. And this is what I'm saying by having a great trainer like him who tells you, see that beautiful right hand there? This is what Eddie Futch wants Bruce to come in and get over and not, without getting hit.
Here we go, round number 12. Round number 8 in this 12-round match. Round number 8. the philosophy's working. Eddie just let him believe he was behind, if in fact he is, and he comes out exploding in round 8.
That's why it's good to have a fighter to have a good corner.
Good body shots by Bruce Curry.
I think personally, from my observation, if Haney would come in, get off his 2 or 3 punch combination, he can get back out of it. Hit, don't get hit, get away, and then come back in and continue to do that. I would think that'd be more successful. Not too bad. He did it his own way.
I tell you, I'm really feeling them shots.
Come on, tuck the hold. Hold it.
A lot of rough and tumble fight going on in there. Really pulling each other around.
Once again, Davey Pearl for the 3rd time in the fight warns both fighters about the rough stuff in the holding and hitting. I made the comment in round 7 that I thought the pace slowed down a bit in 7, but in round 8 it's right back to the way it was in every other round.
As I predicted before, that they would fight to the point where these fighters depend on somebody going down before they lose.
Davey Pearl, a veteran referee, doing an excellent job because it is a tough fight to officiate.
That cut's reopened underneath Bruce Curry's eye now. It's not a dangerous cut, it's underneath.
That was opened up in the 5th round, beginning to show a little bit more here now in round 8.
Hold it up, no punches. Come on, set it up.
What I like is Bruce Curry, when he throws his punch, he just plants himself. He's not getting backed up. He's won't let Haley back him up.
But, you know, Bruce has the kind of blood that runs through his family that makes a fighter excited to hear what kind of family comes out. Bruce's brother, Donald Curry, is the welterweight champion of the world.
RSVP and Don King presents the Crown Affair on Friday night. The WBC Heavyweight Championship, Larry Holmes versus Terrible Tim Witherspoon. Live from the Dunes Hotel here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Remember, it's on pay television and closed circuit locations only around the country and around the world. Also on the very same card, for the first time in the history of boxing, a heavyweight championship fight, a dual heavyweight championship fight coming up, the WBA championship, Michael Dokes versus Michael Weaver, also from the Dunes Hotel here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Pay television and closed circuit TV only.
Strike him down a little bit, Jess. Jess, strike him down a little bit.
All right, here we go. Only.
Strike him down a little bit, Jess. Jess, strike him down a little bit.
All right, here we go with round number 9. I've got the fight scored very, very even. I'm finding it very difficult to score the fight myself.
Bruce Curry just got staggered. But like Aaron said, Bruce has the heart of a champion. He's fighting back. He's fighting back.
I notice a bit of blood on the bridge of the nose of Leroy. I don't know whether it's the cut or if it's blood from the eye of Bruce Curry. We'll try and get a closer look and be able to tell you folks. I can't praise the two athletes enough, how hard they worked in this fight, both of them. aggressive stages of a real good round here. You know, Ray, you mentioned the toll body shots take as the fight progresses. Haley's continued not to just be a headhunter, but he's worked very hard to the body, especially right up underneath the rib cage or on the area of the liver, up underneath the heart. He's been getting shots off throughout the fight there. There's another one just scored there.
In all fairness, they both have been working the body very well. And that's what makes it such an exciting fight, to really hurt each other with body shots, then they come up to the head. It's a very, very good technical fight by both fighters.
Little bit of fatigue beginning to set in here.
I think Leroy smells the end of the line, and he knows what it's like with coming close to that end of the line. And I'm sure he seems like he wants to pour it on now. Good shot, good left hook. Leroy seems to be doing what I think Billy should have done earlier. He's getting inside of Bruce's longer reach, and he's bullying him around a bit.
Good point, Ray, because in the early going, you even heard it, Jesse Reed in the corner of Curry say, keep up the rough stuff, push him around, he doesn't like it, it sets his timing up, throws his pace off, and he was successful doing it in the early going, especially through 5. Now the momentum has changed around where it's really Haley that's controlling the pace of the fight, in that he's doing the rough things and scoring it well inside. Coming up to the end of round number 9. All right, we're in between round 9 and 10. Don't forget, this one's scheduled for 12. It's the WBC World Super Lightweight Championship. We're looking into the corner there of Bruce Curry. You see Jesse Reed working, trying to work on that little cut below the right eye.
Show me how bad you want this fight.
Don't tell us, man.
A fight like this makes you want to go home and train hard.
You let him back you up, man. You got to back him up and throw punches. You can't wait on him.
The right hand scores there. Haley is really game. I mean, you don't get to be champion unless you're tough.
The heart. You can see the heart and the ability. That's what I look at as the heart. He came in with that punch and didn't back out.
He's really sucking the air, too, through his mouth. Here we go, round number 10. The scheduled 12-round championship fight. Oh. Bruce Curry in the red trunks, Leroy Haley in the white. A close, tough fight. Both guys working just as hard as you're watching them right now. They've been doing it for 9 full rounds, and here again at the start of round 10.
Bruce Curry got off the stool a little slow, but I tell you, nothing slow about him in there now.
Punch out.
This is the type of fight that reminds me of the prior Aguero fight, of some of your fights. Another one that comes to mind was when Larry Holmes fought Kenny Norton. You hate to see somebody lose this fight because they both worked so hard.
Well, what it really does to me, it reminds me of a future fight with Mancini if it ever comes off, because I know Mancini and we have the same kind of heart these fighters got. We're going to give the public more than what they paid for.
I hope there's some promoters out there listening.
Well, there's one promoter, Don King, for sure, that'll have you two guys in the ring together. I know that.
Well, you know, Mancini did some great things, and being a great champion like he is, and I've been blessed to do a few great things in boxing myself. We want to put it all on the line because some down the way down the road, you want to see how far could you go.
That's right.
And a fight with us, we can tell how far we can go. We never know until we get in there. But these fighters today, they have showed me something that's going to take me back to the blackboard. Is that as long as you got heart, the fight ain't over to the last bell. And that's what these guys are going at it like they're going.
And for any reason, if you just joined us, that's the voice of Aaron Pryor, Ray Boom Boom Mancini also sitting with us here. We're glad that you folks can be watching this fight. It has been a war from the opening bell, and we're in round 10. I'm Bob Sheridan, and I'm glad that you're with us on the Don King Sports and Entertainment Network. Hope you're enjoying the fight as much as we are.
I'll tell you, Bob, great fights like this make for great series. Great, you know, a 2 or 3 fight series. Well, whoever comes out the winner, you have to wonder what would happen in the second fight, possibly a third fight.
Great fight, real super fight. Bruce Curry is hanging in there close, fighting him in close. And Helly likes to fight in close, but if Helly start leading in with those shots before he get in, he'll land there because Bruce is just standing still. He's not moving his head or nothing. Watch when Helly leaps in. He always gets his man. Watch when he leaps in. See what I'm saying? When he leap in, watch it go in. When he go in, his approach on the way in, he land every time. That's what I'm talking about. You have to keep coming in with that same style because Bruce is standing still, waiting on him to get it.
Well, with the end of round 10, it's really enjoyable for me to have you two gentlemen working with me here. I think it's be nice for people at home, watching at home, and they see two guys that as amiable and friendly as you two fellas are together here that would someday want to be knocking each other's heads off. It really tells you what sport is all about.
Yes, it does, and I'm glad that Boom Boom has the personality that I always imagined him to have and take boxing as a sport, not as a real hard, rough thing to be into, and I'm glad that his personality is where mine is.
Ray, I have to ask you this. As an athlete, how are you able to sit here, enjoy each other's company, and then on that given night, you have to hate the man for 12 or 15 rounds, whatever the case may be?
Well, I don't know if you say hate, but, it's business, and we know it's a business. And when it's not hard to get up for a fight when you know another man's across the ring trying to take your head off. But it's just a show. We're entertainers. It's business. And afterwards, that's why you see fighters hug each other. We have mutual respect.
Two great champions. Aaron Pryor and Ray Boom Boom Mancini. I'm Bob Sheridan, and we're in round number 11 in this scheduled 12-round affair. The duel at the Dunes, the WBC World Super Lightweight title on the line here. Leroy Haley has his hands full with Bruce Curry. A close fight. You just couldn't ask for much more action than we're getting in this one. The contrasting styles have really made for an interesting fight here. You've got the awkward guy in strange, unorthodox style of Curry against a little bit more disciplined guy that has to kind of deviate from his fight plan because of the disadvantage in reach and height. Making for a real fine contest here.
Yes, it is. And that's what boxing is all about, competing and proving yourself. Every fight you have to prove yourself, regardless of how great you have been in the past and what your plans are in the future. You have to prove yourself every time you go in the ring. And this is exactly what we're seeing today. Helly proved himself to be a great champion.
Really firing on Leroy now. Leroy looks like he's little days, little trouble. I'll tell you, what action. Bruce is really letting it all hang out now.
Haley is getting tagged. He's on the short end of a lot of this action here in this round.
Helly will not fall until the referee falls. The referee is not getting hit. He has the same kind of heart I have.
Comes back, answers with a good right hand.
I'll tell you what, now, and we got one more round to go. What kind of round is that going to be?
Again, this is round 11, as you see. Inside 23 seconds now. to the final round. I'd like to know how you fellas see the fight, the scoring of the fight. First off, Aaron Pryor.
Well, I see it to be a very close fight, and I see this last round here would have a lot to do on the decision who the fight should go to. And I see it being one of the greatest fights that I've witnessed in my division since I've been watching boxing, since I've been champion. And that's the way I see it.
Ray, how about yourself?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say right now, I think it would be a draw right now. But so I think this last round is really going to tell it. This is too hard a fight to call.
And I have it scored dead even, so we're all in fairly close agreement. I have it 106-106 going to this, the final round. This is it. The heart of the champion will be told right here. You talked about the eye of the tiger. We'll find out who has it. The 12th and final round coming up. Here we go. Round 12, the final round. The WBC World Super Lightweight Championship on the line.
Curry is really coming on strong. I tell you, he's finishing strong.
Every now and then, Helly comes in with that leaping punch. Those 1, 2, and 3 punches. So look for it. They're very strong punches.
That's why it's been so hard to score, because Curry will continue to come on, and then Haney will come back with a shot.
Remember, the referees, the last thing they remember is the last couple rounds. So if you want to project a strong finish.
One thing I got to say about the referee, he's been a great referee. He's been clean breaking and just been so excellent for the fighters.
It's David Pearl, Aaron Pryor is talking about, that he is an excellent referee, and it's been a tough fight to referee as it has been to score.
A lot of things I watch because I'm a professional fighter and it means so much to me. But look at those jabs. That Bruce was shooting to push Helly back, and Helly stays on the inside, which is safe.
Banging heads, banging everything in there.
They can't have much more to give. They've given it all over 12 rounds.
We have to wonder if it was 15 now, what would happen?
Either one of the fighters has nothing to feel bad about because they showed the public what the public wanted to see. I want them to know that.
Now in the final round. They're both trying to finish as strong as they can.
I think we might see a new champion today. I don't know. Great fight.
That's it. A real fine fight is exactly right.
Great fight.
My hat's off to both of these gentlemen. Two champions today.
And you see from the crowd, they're getting a standing ovation. They appreciate it.
No loser in there today, just one winner.
A great fight.
They obviously feel in